Okay, so hello everyone. We are now starting week 6 of our lockdown learning. So this is week number 5 for me doing the lives. I have found a new platform because the other one had so much lag and delay. I was just finding it really difficult to work with. So I'm now using StreamYard. Also, that means that it's giving me a lot more options and I can invite people to come and chat with me. So today isn't, as I said on the post yesterday, I'm not doing a demonstration today because today's is pre-recorded. So I have invited Hayley with me. Let's say hello to Hayley.
Hi.
Hello, Hayley.
Hi, you're right.
Yep. So I invited Hayley with me to have a little chat. So Hayley is a self-funded learner. So she pays for herself to come and do the hairdressing. She's not an apprentice. The reason you didn't do the apprenticeship route was because you was out the age bracket, wasn't it, Hayley?
Yeah, I was in sales before. I left school and got an apprenticeship in sales, worked there for a couple of years, and then when I decided I wanted to be a hairdresser, I contacted so many salons that had apprenticeship vacancies, but I was 19 at the time, so the government wouldn't have funded my full course, and a lot of salons couldn't afford that.
No, that's
So
right,
I
because it
didn't really
affects
know
the
what to
wage.
do. Yeah, so I thought, well, I still want to be a hairdresser. Then I found you guys where I could pay for my own course. And then it worked out that I found the salon that I work at now, and then they've taken me on sort of part-time while I'm training. So it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it's all worked out well for you, hasn't it? And
Yeah,
even though it's self-funded, it's still down the City and Guilds route. It's a slightly
yeah,
different course, isn't it? But
yeah,
at Hair Station, we always advise to get the salon experience, which you
yeah,
have done.
yeah.
So for us as a learner, you are very organised. Your responsibility for your part of the learning is excellent.
Thank you.
Obviously, you've invested in your course, but I think naturally you're quite organised and quite focused.
Yeah.
Um, Along with that, being that organised and focused, you've got quite a good setup at home. You've got your own training head, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm quite lucky. So I've had a training head for quite a while, and it wasn't too expensive actually. I got it on eBay a few months back, so
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that now. And I've got some clippers, so I can do like gents cuts at home. So yeah, it's not been too challenging to get my practice in still.
And then do you have your head on a clamp or a stand?
When we started lockdown, I got a stand because I had a clamp, but it wouldn't fit on my kitchen table. It only fitted on another table and it was really awkward to use. So I
Yeah,
got a stand, which is much easier.
they're definitely better the stands.
So much better.
So we now have those at the academy. We used to have those clamps and they were awkward. So
Yeah.
and then obviously you have all your scissors and your combs because you bring that to the academy every
Yeah.
week. So I'm not actually your assessor, but I've got to know you because obviously I'm in the academy on a
Yeah.
Tuesday. But I bet you bring your equipment every week.
I do. Yes. I'd
Yes.
be lost without it.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes what stops our learning is our self-management and the responsibility that we take for our learning. But you bring your equipment every week. You communicate really well with us. If you're not coming in, you let us know. Yeah, so that's what. And I thought if I invite you on today, I know you'll turn up. You'll be on time. So.
Thanks.
Um,
I try.
Sometimes it's not just about doing the hair, there's more to being a team member and
Yeah,
working in the salon, isn't there, than
for
just the
sure.
hair.
For sure. Yeah.
So the course that you do is normally about 12 to 18 months. How long have you been with us?
I think I've been on it 18 months now
Yeah,
already.
you've
Perhaps
had
even
this,
slightly longer than that. But yeah, I had been ill for a couple of like months at a time, unfortunately. But I still feel like
still
it's
managed
going.
that okay.
Yeah, I never felt like I've fallen behind too much, and you guys have
No.
always been really supportive. So
And
it might be
then
a little bit
obviously
slow, but
now
yeah,
this
now we're locked down.
COVID.
Yeah, which puts me back a little bit more. But yeah,
But
lots
that's
of
okay.
everyone's in that boat, aren't they?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Um, So it doesn't really matter. Our advice is 12 to 18 months for self-funded, and for an apprenticeship, it's about 24 plus
Yeah,
months. But it depends on the individual. That's not
yeah,
the problem.
exactly.
The issue, that the thing we like to focus on is quality and the quality of your training.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And I wouldn't want. Oh, go on.
oh, sorry, I was going to say, how have you found the remote learning?
It's been easier than I thought. I thought I was going to find it really hard, and I thought I was going to be quite like not motivated to do it because like it's not on a real person. But it's actually been okay, and I think your videos have been really helpful. And because I've got the head, obviously it's easier because no one in my family's got long hair, so I can't practice sort of many styles on like my mum. But I've got my head, which is really good. And as people might have seen in the group, I've done my mum's colour.
Yeah, oh yeah, you put
So
that on
that
there.
was good. She wants a cut soon, which I'm actually dreading.
So that's a short graduation, is it?
Yeah, but it's not. I honestly, I think it might be a cross between a short grad and uniform layer.
Oh, right.
It's a real challenging one. So I might FaceTime Grace, who I work with, who normally cuts mum's hair, for some help there. But yeah, overall, it's been pretty good. I haven't felt too lost. I haven't felt like I'm falling behind too much. Obviously, I can't practice as many like colours and things as I'd like to.
That's right.
And it's quite hard to blow dry a head, I've found, but it's definitely
Yeah.
better than nothing.
Because I was actually thinking of doing a curly blow dry on the head, but I need to practice that first because I'm not sure how that will turn out.
I find doing even a straight blow dry on my head, it's quite hard because my stand isn't quite as heavy as I'd like it to be. So sometimes when I pull in, the stand starts to lean back.
Sometimes I'll put my foot on it so I can have the tension.
I do that as well.
So we did pin curls. So sometimes they can get a bit overlooked in the academy.
Yeah.
Even setting, people tend to do their rollers and then they forget about that. So we have covered all the things that when we're busy with our models that we possibly run out of enthusiasm or time to do. Do you think that's been okay?
Yeah, I do. I did I think my unit might be 204, but I'm not sure what it's called. But I did that like setting and pin curling unit a while back, and I found it really hard. Like I remember
it is hard. It is a hard
unit, and
unit.
it took me weeks to get that one done. And since then,
does.
I have been a bit out of practice. But so I actually quite enjoyed doing that at home and doing the pin curls. I found it quite therapeutic, actually.
Yeah, and because you're not rushed or under pressure, it's sort of like easier. But it's definitely a unit that is open a long time. It's a unit that has a lot of range.
That's what it was. It had so much in it.
And it does take quite a bit of organising with your assessment plan in that unit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people might do an observation and they've left out some of the range, so they can't
That's what I kept
pass
doing.
it off.
Yeah.
So
that challenging one.
That one definitely tests your planning skills.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely found that.
So this week, I let you have a look at this week's learning early. So this week's learning is a gent's haircut, and I'm cutting my son's hair. He's 8.5, 9 in July, and I haven't got the setup here to do it live. And if anyone knows what children are like, I just thought I need to edit some of that stuff out. So so it wasn't going to be done live, that one. But so anyway, I gave you the link, and you cut your brother's hair.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. How did you? Oh, and you're going to share the photos after?
Yes, I will do. After we've come up here, I'll pop them into the group. It was quite difficult. I've done a couple of gents cuts at the academy, and I do my dad's at home, but he's just like a grade 7 all over with like a little bit of the comb, so it's pretty simple. But and he hasn't got very much hair. But my brother has really, really thick hair. And he wanted it still quite long on the top, so sweeping to the side, still quite long, but then like a fade down to like a 0.5 we did it down to.
Yeah.
So it was quite hard. And what I thought I would find the hardest was the actual fading with the clippers, but I didn't struggle too much with that. It was the blending the top into the clipper work that I found quite a challenge, and it definitely could have been better. It was my first attempt, and he's happy with it. So
sometimes that bit can be a bit heavy, can't it?
Yeah, it was hard because I knew he wanted to keep it quite long, So I think eventually he wants to be able to sweep it back a bit more. So I knew I wanted to keep it quite long, so I didn't want to cut it too short, but then I also wanted it to be blended. So it was a bit of a challenge, and I felt quite
that
stressed.
does happen. Because my son, he wants his long, and then I try not to cut it short, but I want it to be well blended.
It's hard to get the balance, isn't it?
And then he doesn't keep still, so.
Yeah. I didn't have that problem, luckily.
No.
But no, he was happy with it, so.
Yeah, oh, that's good. So we can see those photos afterwards.
Yeah, I'll pop them up for you.
How have you found lockdown life?
It's had its ups and downs for sure. I've had some days where I've felt really motivated and it's been great, and I've done some hair work and I've gone for a walk and it's all been good, or I've done some baking. But then some days I think everyone finds it's just hard, and you want to go and see people and do things, and it can be a bit hard when you're a bit demotivated or have run out of things to do, run out of things to watch on the telly. It can get quite challenging, but I try and keep positive.
Most of the time it's been okay, because I've been quite busy with the academy and working on things I don't normally get to. But it can get tedious just sitting on my own on my computer. But then I've had the challenge of learning new skills, like doing these lives, and I have got 2 children to look after. So
but that keeps you busy.
But I think lockdown can be slightly different experience for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not all been a bed of roses, but at the same time, it's not been all bad either.
No,
so,
I agree. It's had its ups and downs.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would say that.
Yeah.
And I have actually been in Tesco's, and I've heard people sort of say, oh, it's all right for them, they're on lockdown and they feel that they're working.
Yeah.
Everybody else is having a holiday, but we're on lockdown and feel a bit like demotivated, but then we'd like to go to work. So.
Yeah, exactly. Or think, oh, we're not helping, and cause I think it's just hard to be going into work now, and also to have everything that's normal taken away from you and just being at home. It's like you said, it's not like a walk in the park.
No. And then I think there's going to be a bit of apprehension almost going back to normal, because we're now in week 6.
Yeah.
And it's almost everybody's got used to a slower pace, and we're now going to have to go back to getting used to getting up every day, being somewhere at a certain time, rushing around.
It's going to feel alien again.
Putting makeup on every day.
Yeah, exactly. I can't. I just had them saying on the radio that they're like not showing any signs of like getting rid of the lockdown anytime soon, and I was thinking, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when they say, okay, lockdown's over. I can't imagine. I really can't. It's going to be, as much as I want it to be finished and go back to work and see my family, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when we can all go out again. It's going to feel really weird.
It will feel like we're a teenager just been let out again. So generally, but you've done a really good job of following the training every week, and then you've been happy to come and have a chat with me today, just so we can tell everybody, just try and open it up to some other learners. So you're okay about talking on camera?
Yeah, I don't really mind.
That's how it is now.
I think it's easier than if I had to talk in front of like a whole room full of people. I think I'd find it hard. But even though I know people are watching this, it feels like it's just us two. So it's not too scary.
No, that's not. It's almost easier talking to you than it is just to my computer.
I was just going to say, I think it's easier with someone than doing it on your own. I've recorded a couple videos for my work. Just like tips on how to properly use hair treatments and some products that we recommend. And it took me so many attempts to film it, like just talking to myself. It's really hard.
It's very strange because the computer doesn't say nothing. It will give you no reaction. So after this chat, if anyone's got any questions or anything they want to ask us, go ahead. After this chat, I'm going to post the link to my new YouTube channel. Please feel free to subscribe. I have to say that. I've got like 1 subscriber so far. So I only set it up the other week. When lockdown's finished, I would like to do some more videos, some training videos, because I think that would go quite well with the academy.
Yeah, I think it would as well.
I think it would be a good thing for us to have is a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
And if we ever get locked down again,
it's all there.
yeah, I can just share out some links, and I don't have to do too much.
There you go.
So this week is I've literally just put on about 2 or 3 other videos that I've done in salon. They're not really informative; they're just little snippet videos. But the one I've done for this week's learning is more of an informative video on gents cuts. Due to a lack of models, I can't do any more until lockdown has eased. So it won't be much going on there. But have a look, yeah, do you know what? If you live with your dad or your boyfriend and you've got some clippers, give it a go. Hayley's going to share hers and share some of the work you've all been doing. I'm sure you've all cut someone's hair in your family. And
when I eventually cut my mum's, I'll show you.
Yeah, you'll share that as well. Not everybody is really supportive in the groups. I don't think anyone was, if it's sometimes I think people, the confidence is hard to, do all that. So, well, thank you very much, Hayley, for coming on today. I do really appreciate it. So next week, I was speaking to Hayley before we went live, and she said about half up, half down. So I might demonstrate that next week, because a good point made. Sometimes we say to students, "Oh, do a hair up," and sometimes it's questionable whether it's a half up, half down, or we met just be a good thing to do. So I'm going to do that next week.
Sounds great. I look forward to that.
Thank you very much.
No worries. I'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.